Roar!
Ew. No, not the Tickle Monster! By superpony55. I'm gonna get you! The Tickle Monster cried. I squealed and dove behind a bookshelf. I'm gonna get you! The monster cried again.
Oh no, not the Tickle Monster!
I giggled.
Help! Help!
I'm gonna get you! Was the only response. I jumped from behind the furniture and started running again. I'm gonna get you! The Tickle Monster cried again.
Never!
I yelled, laughing. I ran out to the garden. I'm gonna get you! Mythical monsters and other crazy creatures. No, that said, there is no such thing as a Tickle Monster. Maybe silly stories and magical myth. No, that said, there's no such thing as a Tickle Monster. I'm gonna get you! A voice breathed into my ear. I screamed. But there's one right behind me. I ran as fast as I could.
Help! The Tickle Monster wants to eat me!
I yelled. You mean tickle you? Shining Armor said.
Okay, Shining, help! The Tickle Monster wants to tickle me!
The Tickle Monster returned and kept following me. I dove into my room and shut and locked the door. Let me in! The Tickle Monster cried. Let me in!
Not today!
I cried. I grabbed as many books as I could and started to build. Let me in!
Nope!
I stacked the last book. Let me in!
You could always just teleport!
I covered my mouth. That was almost as dumb as the Tickle Monster was being. I summoned a notebook so I could take notes on the Tickle Monster. Tickle Monsters aren't so A flash of light. The monster had found me. I grabbed Professor Smarty Pants and we started throwing our paper cannonballs. The Tickle Monster dove out of the way. Professor Smarty Pants kept throwing as I recorded my findings. Tickle Monsters are fast. Boom, boom, boom. Cannonball hit him. He crumpled to the ground. No! You've hit me! He cried. No more tickling for me! He reached into our fort. I jumped out of the way.
Not so fast, Mr. Tickle Monster!
The Tickle Monster stood up and started to unleash his mightiest weapon, the tickle. He started tickling the fort, but books aren't ticklish. Nothing happened. I'm gonna get you! The Tickle Monster called. I threw a paper cannonball.
Nope! You're not gonna get me!
I giggled. The monster dove and tried to tickle me. I had some emergency weapons, but I didn't want them to get destroyed.
Help! Help me!
I screamed. The monster stood there, looking confused, and I took the chance to throw a book.
Ow! Ow, 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 ow!
The monster cried, holding his chest where it hit him.
Twilight! You're not getting me today, Tickle Monster!
I called.
Twilight, Shining, what's the matter?
I heard a voice from the hallway. I stared at the Tickle Monster. Uh-oh.
Nothing's wrong, Mommy!
I cried quickly.
Shining's totally not a Tickle Monster out to get me, and I totally didn't just hit him with a book!
Shining slapped his head. Daddy peeked his head through the doorway. Tickle Monster, eh? He asked. Never fear, Super Daddy's here. He looked at my fort. Nice book fort, Twilight. Just remember to help me clean up when we're done.
Okay, Daddy!
I cried gleefully. Meanwhile, Mummy raced over to Shining Armor. Shining, dear, are you okay? She checked the bruise from the book hitting him. I'm fine, Mom, he told her. Or I will be once I get my revenge on the Princess of Books. I giggled as Daddy and I dove into the fort. Mummy and the Tickle Monster charged. Then Mummy stood there for a second. A grin crept up on her face.
Pillow fight!
Everyone raised a pillow.
Charge!
I charged at the Tickle Monster. Daddy charged at Mommy. We all threw pillows. Mommy's and Daddy's pillows collided, causing them to push them into the floor. Mine and the Tickle Monsters went past each other. And past us. We circled each other. I picked up all 4 pillows carefully and jumped back into the fort. Daddy got up and followed me. "Okay, here's a plan," he whispered. "We lure them into our fort, and then we block the entrance and hit them with pillows."
Great idea.
I smiled.
Uh-huh.
I tried to levitate the pillows. Oh well, at least I could do one. "We're in here!" Daddy called. Pillows at the ready. I jumped out from behind Mommy and the Tickle Monster and started chasing them with my 1 pillow.
I've got you now.
I called as I trapped them in the fort.
Fire!
The pillows hit them straight in the face. Boom, boom, boom. "Twily!" The Tickle Monster laughed.
Sorry, Mr. Tickle Monster, you won't be tickling me today.
Daddy and I hoof bumped.
You're trapped.
Mommy sighed. At least we're trapped someplace where there's something to do. She picked up a book, but the grin never left her face. Bye. She teleported away.
No fair.
I whined.
I can't teleport.
Daddy looked at me sympathetically. By that time, the Tickle Monster was gone too. But at least we've got one thing they don't, he whispered. Pillows. We grinned at each other and started to search the house.
Mr. Tickle Monster.
I called softly.
Mr. Tickle Monster.
I heard a laugh from behind the bookshelf. I glared at the shelf.
Naughty bookshelf.
I cried.
Don't hide the Tickle Monster from me.
I tried to levitate it, but it didn't work.
Too big.
I sighed.
Oh well.
I snuck behind the shelf to meet the Tickle Monster, armed with pillows.
Come on out and I won't hurt you.
I cried.
He's here, Daddy.
Daddy came running, dragging Mommy with his magic. Come on, she moaned.
Please let me go.
No, he said. I laughed. The Tickle Monster wiggled free from behind the bookcase. I threw pillows at him.
We win!
The Tickle Monster grinned. Not quite, he said. He started tickling.
No!
I giggled.
Stop! Please stop! Please!
I couldn't stop laughing. He tickled some more.
No!
I cried again.
No!
Shining finally stopped. His hoof slipped into mine, handing me something. Happy heartwarming, Twily, he said. I looked at what he had handed me. It was a photo of us together.
Thank you!
I exclaimed.
Happy heartwarming, Shining Armor!
Shining Armor, Daddy, Mommy, and I sat together for a little while. Tickle Monster or no Tickle Monster, it was the best heartwarming ever. Hello everyone, this is Visual Pony from Pony&Wolf Productions, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this video. At this point, I want to thank all of our amazing patrons on Patreon for supporting this channel with their monthly donations and keeping the lights on around here. Now, more than ever, it is important that you support your favorite content creators, because due to YouTube's new content policy changes, we, along with other content creators, had to demonetize a lot of our most profitable videos. For us, those are the Fallout Equestria stories. As you can see on the graph on screen right now, our earnings per video used to be relatively okay. Even though the earnings were never enough for a viable career, it was enough for a good, decent side income. Now we are struggling to pay our bills. If you want to support us for as little as $1 a month, you can do so by clicking on our Patreon link down in the description below. And you can get wonderful perks like, for example, early access to all of our stuff. Sometimes things like this are recorded months in advance. Voice acting lessons from me or Midnight, if you really want to. And you can join our Patreon Discord server. Even though it may look like there's not much going on in there, I am actually checking it on the daily. Thank you for listening to this message, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day.